Welcome to the Spotlight Series. I'm your host, Scott and Ernie. We're live at the Queeset Inn. While you're watching this video, click that little subscribe and share button. Make sure everybody gets to see it, because they're definitely going to want to see our guest, Mia Daley, Miss Rhode Island Teen America. Yes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
I understand your first sit-down interview.
Yes, first sit-down interview.
That.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I will be a rising junior at LaSalle Academy this fall. And as you can see, I am Miss Rhode Island's teen through the Miss America Scholarship Organization. This is my third time competing in the scholarship organization. So as I guess you could say, third time was the charm.
Veteran.
Yeah,
okay.
Right. At LaSalle, I'm very involved in theater. Theater is my home base for sure, making the Miss America organization a very much favorite of mine because of the talent portion of the competition. So I'm very honored to be here and cannot wait to speak a little bit more with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So when you say theater, is it performing? Is it singing? Is it acting? Everything?
Honestly, a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
If you ask my mom, any of my family, they will tell you I have been performing since I was that tall.
Yeah.
I have just loved everything about it ever since I was very young. My goal in life is I do want to be a professional performer. I want to receive a BA in musical theater. At LaSalle, I love performing on stage, and even outside of LaSalle, it's truly my passion.
So your friends would say you could act.
I hope they would say that. I think they would.
Okay. So tell us a little bit about becoming Miss Teen Rhode Island.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Miss Rhode Island's team 2023 is Mia Daley.
It was truly surreal when they called my name. I thought I was in a dream because, like I said earlier, it's my third year. And this year, I was going in with my hopes as high as I could, but the past 2 years, I was first runner-up, which I was incredibly blessed to receive. But I really did think this year I was going to be first runner-up one more time. And just hearing my name called, my life changed the second that happened. Days later, I'm here today interviewing at the Rhode Island Wave, and it's just truly surreal.
So when you're sitting there with just you and one other girl, who you weren't a finalist with before, obviously, and you're thinking, they're going to call her name. They're not going to call her name. Darn it, you're going to win.
It was absolutely amazing. I have to say, all the girls who were competing in this competition were incredibly supportive. We truly create a sisterhood, as they call it. We are all incredibly close. I would love to stay close with all the girls who I was competing with. And it was just an amazing experience overall competing with them.
Have you gotten texts from other states saying, we'll see you soon?
I have. We have a group chat with all the girls who are going to Miss America's Teen. All the New England girls are going to try to meet up, go on a little Six Flags trip we're hoping for.
Nice.
It's truly so exciting. The fact that I'm going to have 50 girls who I'm going to know from all these different states is absolutely amazing.
Not to mention the networking, and
Absolutely.
As they're in college and they're in their professional lives, 3, 4, 5, 6 years from now, you'll know them forever.
Exactly. It's amazing.
Right. Good for you.
Thank you.
So let's talk about how you've been balancing this and school at the same time and your outside of school life.
Well, like I said earlier, since I have been performing ever since I was so young, I've gotten to know how to balance school and theater and outside activities. If you ask anyone I know, I go from school to one rehearsal to dance to a voice lesson to another rehearsal. So balancing things is kind of my forte at this point. So this is honestly just throwing another ball in my court with balancing stuff. I have wanted this for so long, so I feel so excited and just ready to do all these amazing interviews, get out there in this organization, and I'm just so honored to have this role and have this job.
I'm a little fearful you're going to take my seat. So what was the most challenging part?
I think the most challenging part for me was through the past 2 years hearing no. In my life being an actress, I have heard no a lot more than I have heard yes. But in these past years, I have come so close, and I'm incredibly honored to have come so close. But I think finally hearing, yes, you did it, you're Miss Rhode Island's teen, was the most rewarding part, but also the most challenging part.
Okay. And how do you use this platform? What is your Miss Rhode Island Teen America platform?
So in the Miss America Scholarship Organization, all of our Miss and Teen candidates have a community service initiative. So my community service initiative is called the Anxiety Antidote, the Power of Social and Emotional Learning. Growing up in high school, I have had my own personal struggle with anxiety. And I might come across as a very bubbly and outgoing person, but I do really have a lot of anxiety. So social emotional learning is essentially the practice of mindfulness and meditation and using that to help with mental health issues. I have worked with many different organizations, including the Jessie Lewis Choose Love movement, which surrounds the power of social emotional learning. And I'm very honored and blessed to say, throughout the past 2 years, I have raised close to $7,000 for those organizations.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. My goal as Miss Rhode Island's Teen is to further my community service initiative by implementing the social and emotional learning curriculum into schools across Rhode Island.
And there's a talent portion of the contest.
Yes.
I think we have a clip to see what happened there. Okay.
Think of Me from the Broadway musical The Phantom of the Opera. Please welcome delegate number 3, representing East Greenwich, Mia Daley. Think of me waking, silent and resigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Think of me, please say you'll think of me. What did I do? There will never be a day when I won't think of. Though it's fate, the fruits of summer fade, they have their seasons, so do we. But please promise me that sometimes you will think.
One of my all-time favorite play. I hope someday you get to star in it and be in it.
Thank you.
I will come see. It's a beautiful song. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
I can see why that would get you to where you are. So you talked about your education in the future. I understand there's scholarships that come with this crown.
Absolutely. So throughout the Miss America organization and all the teens who compete in this organization, all 51 title holders will have an opportunity to have a full ride scholarship to 8 specific schools that the Miss America organization has affiliations with. Not only that, but the Miss Rhode Island organization hands out many different scholarships. I was very honored to receive the Talent Scholarship, as well as the Spirit of America or Miss Congeniality Scholarship, as well as win Miss Rhode Island's Team, which also has additional scholarships to it as well.
So is that associates and bachelors check?
I hope
Very
so.
possible,
Yeah,
right?
very possible. We never know. I will, like I said earlier, have the opportunity to compete on the Miss America's Teen stage to win even more scholarships, which is just absolutely amazing that this organization can provide this to so many young women.
So if you're a college out there wanting to attract this young lady, I would strongly suggest when you send your packet, send the arts, send the talent portion that she's going to compete in. Phantom of the Opera would be a good thing to talk about when you're trying to recruit her, because I think this little lady wants to go to a school where there's arts.
Absolutely.
And it wouldn't hurt to try to throw in a little bit about the crown, too. So tell us, you said you wanted to be in the acting world. What is a 27-year-old Mia Daley doing in the show business aspect?
Well, I hope at that age I will receive a BA or a BFA in musical theater. That was truly my dream with college. But I'm hoping I'll be in a Broadway show or something along the lines of performing. I want to be in that field. I want to be on film. I want to be on stage. It truly is my passion in life.
Okay. And when you go to see these 50 with DC, 50 other Miss Teens
Yes.
and all their organizers and their families, they're going to say Rhode Island, and some people are actually going to know where that is.
Yeah.
What do you tell them about Rhode Island? How do you promote it? You got like 20 seconds in the elevator to do.
Well, first off, we are the Ocean State, right? Rhode Island Wave, right here, Ocean State. But something I don't think a lot of people know about Rhode Island is kind of the hidden gems we have here. Whenever someone asks me, what's so great about Rhode Island, I would easily say the theater. I'm a little biased. I do theater, so I'm clearly a little biased. But we have so many great hidden theaters and organizations, from the Contemporary Theater Company and the Academy Players, 2 theaters I have worked with, from, of course, Theater by the Sea, which I hope some of the viewers have seen some shows there. But Rhode Island has a lot of hidden gems theater-wise.
Okay. And next steps, Miss America Teen.
Miss America's Teen, yeah. So we're
Teen.
hoping that will happen in 2024. We don't have a certain date yet,
Okay.
but I am so incredibly excited. Honestly, the first thing that went through my brain when I won this title is, I'm going to perform on a national stage, and that is absolutely surreal for me to think about. I'm so excited to meet all the girls. I'll have my Miss America's Teen orientation in the beginning of August. I'll get to meet all of them then. I'm so excited.
So it's kind of like going to America's Got Talent, like guaranteed to the gold round, right? Because you're on the national stage.
Yeah, it is absolutely surreal, and I just cannot wait to get there. I'm very excited.
So tell us how, I know you have some websites or other
Yes.
access. How can people reach out to you, drop you comments about how awesome this interview was and how proud they are of you to represent Rhode Island? How can they reach out?
So the Miss America organization, all the teens have their own Instagram and social media. So my Instagram is Miss America's Teen RI. The Facebook account is Miss America's Teen RI as well, and same thing with TikTok. And then if you would like to reach the Miss Rhode Island organization, it is the Miss Rhode Island Scholarship Organization on Instagram, same with Facebook. And then our website is Miss RI Organization.
Okay. So you had mentioned your mom talking about your acting a little bit.
Yes.
I think we'll take a little break and we'll bring Mom on stage and we'll ask her some difficult questions about you.
All right, let's see.
Like, welcome to stage, Mom Susan. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
What do you think of this?
I'm so proud of my daughter. I really am. She's worked very hard to achieve as much as she has. And as she said earlier, she was first runner-up in the last 2 years when she was an 8th grader and a 9th grader. And now she's finished 10th grade and she won. And my husband and I couldn't be more proud of her.
And the boys?
And we have 3 older sons, Kevin, Brendan, and Patrick. They are 23, 22, and 20. And they're also very proud of their little sister.
Wow. See, impress the guys. That's not easy.
Oh, yeah.
So your life is changing a little bit as well. Miss Teen Rhode Island Mom. There's
Absolutely.
some things that you're going to be involved in and doing.
Yes, and I just think it's important that we laugh along the way, which we do. And I think to be flexible is going to be really important for her role and then me helping her in this role. So that I see as my job.
And I understand you're a teacher. Thank you very much for your service.
I am. Thank you for saying that. I appreciate it.
You're going to have to put in for a little vacation when she goes away to
I'm
Miss
sure I'm
America.
going to have to figure something out to be there. I won't miss a minute of it, for sure, for sure.
And I understand if you're watching from the green room that she's already got a life planned. There's LaSalle, there's associates, bachelors, maybe masters, theater. I hear she's going to be on Broadway. So there's not a lot of, birthdays and Christmases left before she's got it all planned out.
Oh gosh, that's like her life in a minute. She's 16 now, and I think, as I've seen with my 3 sons, that they have to fly. So for me, it's just that you give kids roots, and then they take wings. So I think for my husband and I, it's just about each of our kids following what they want to do, and this is what really Mia is a performer. She loves to perform and sing, act, and dance, and that's what she did on the stage on Sunday when she won.
And we saw that. It was absolutely beautiful. Yeah. Where did that come from? Did you...
she really has been singing since she's been 6, and people would say to us all the time, she can really sing, when kids would just play around.
Yeah.
And then she started getting into shows and then getting voice lessons and things like that, and it took off from there. So I think my husband and I have always known that she was a performer, and then when she started at a very young age, it was really, she's tried a lot of sports. And
every sport I played.
Yeah, and she never liked it.
Never liked it.
Never liked it. And then when she hit the stage, she almost was electric on the stage, and people would say she's a born performer, and she loves it. She really does.
Did you make Dad cry?
I did. Did I? I think I might
Dad
have.
and I were both.
I think they were, especially when I won the title. I was incredibly emotional just for the fact that I knew I did it. I think my parents were as well. In the video of my crowning, you see me point right towards them, just because I think we were both very overwhelmed with all the emotions.
All right, so you have to make one promise.
Okay.
Well, 2 promises. You'll share this video everywhere you go.
Absolutely.
And when you win Miss America Teen, yeah, I know I can't make you promise it will be your first interview, because there'll be the Today Show, there'll be all those fancy Nightline news, but come back home with your suitcase, rest a day or 2, and then come on and see us.
We'll see what happens.
We've invited all the other 3 girls from Rhode Island.
Yes.
So we expect at least 3 or 4 of you to come back with crowns and talk to us and tell us how it was.
Excellent.
Is deal?
We got a deal right there.
All right. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for
We're
having
huge
me.
fans.
Thank you.
Again, everything we can do to promote Rhode Island, I'm sure you'll be fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.